Ibadan.
Good afternoon and welcome to another edition of The World Today. It is a Southwest Network program of Radio Nigeria, Ibadan zonal station comprising news, feature and sports. In the lineup, Nigerian Navy rescues 3 passengers from boat accident. Ogun NLC calls for payment of outstanding entitlement. Foreign scene, Turkish police arrest over 200 suspects linked to ISIS. Wave hits UK schools. Heart of the matter today is on tackling insecurity, while feature is on Agunloye. My name is Olubukola Enimola.
And my name is Stephen Agbaje. Thank you for joining us. You can listen to us on live stream at www.radioNigeria.gov.ng or join us on our social media handles X, Instagram and Facebook at PFM935 Ibadan. Don't keep quiet. If you see something, say something. Now the news in detail. The Nigerian Navy has rescued 3 passengers from a boat that capsized on the Bennett River in Warri, Delta State, averting what could have resulted in fatalities. The rescue was carried out by personnel of Nigerian Navy during a routine maritime security patrol on the waterway. According to a statement issued by the Director of Naval Information, Navy Captain Abiodun Folonsho, patrol team was conducting its regular security operations when it spotted distressed passengers and floating debris, indicating that a maritime accident had occurred. According to the statement, the naval personnel immediately launched a search and rescue mission, leading to the successful recovery of the 3 victims as well as valuable items from the wreckage.
Ondo State government has expressed deep concern over the recent operations by officers of the Force Intelligence Department, FID, in certain parts of the state. According to a statement by the Commissioner for Information, Mr. Idowu Ajanaku, the recent actions of the FID has created panic and apprehension among residents already grappling with concerns arising from the nation's security challenges. The statement acknowledges the constitutional responsibility of security agencies to investigate and combat criminal activities, but believes that operations of such nature should be conducted in accordance with established protocols and with due consideration for public safety and confidence. The statement calls on the Inspector General of Police, Mr. Olatunji Disu, to take appropriate steps to regulate the activities of specialized units operating across the state and ensure that proper procedures are strictly adhered to in the conduct of security operations.
Federal government will continue to prioritize skills acquisition, particularly among young Nigerians, as part of efforts to reduce the over-reliance on paper qualifications and promote self-reliance. The Registrar of the National Business and Technical Examinations Board, Dr. Aminu Mohammed, stated this while speaking with newsmen after monitoring the 2026 NAPTEB MBC NTC examinations at the Government Technical College, Kanu. Dr. Mohammed said the initiative was aimed at transforming graduates from job seekers into job creators and innovators capable of addressing the country's unemployment challenges. According to NAPTEP Registrar, acquiring practical skills has become increasingly important in the present global economy.
The chairman, Nigeria Labour Congress NLC in Ogun State, Mr. Ahmed Benko Ademola, has called on the state government to settle all outstanding workers' entitlement before leaving office to improve workers' morale and enhance service delivery across the state. Mr. Benko Ademola made the appeal in an interview with Radio Nigeria in Abeokuta on the occasion of the 2026 International Public Service Day. The NLC chairman, who acknowledged the government's effort at ensuring the regular payment of salaries, called for continued collaboration between government and labor to promote workers' welfare and drive greater development in the state. Mr. Benko Ademola expressed optimism that with improved welfare and timely payment of entitlements, public servants would remain committed to efficient service delivery and the overall progress of Ogun State.
I want to use this opportunity as Labour leader to appeal to the government to attend to some sitting issue that is still outstanding and to make sure that they do the needful in ensuring that no outstanding payment of emolument or any outstanding is left behind while they are leaving office.
Mr. Benko Ademola commended workers for their dedication, resilience and commitment to keep the public service running smoothly despite challenges.
The head of civil service in Delta State, Dr. Mini Oseji, has assured civil servants in the state that efforts are on to increase the amount for loan schemes for workers. Dr. Mini Oseji stated this in Asaba at a news conference held as part of activities to celebrate the 2026 Civil Service Week in the state. She noted the plans to upscale the amount for loans was informed by current economic reality and part of attempts to address transportation challenges faced by many workers in the state. The state head of service also announced other innovations in the civil service, including the establishment of Information Communication and Technology ICT Hub and annual cash prizes for Best Civil Servant Farmer and Most Active Civil Servant.
The Federation of Muslim Women's Association of Nigeria, FUMWEN, Oyo State Chapter, has paid a courtesy visit to the Committee of Management of Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria, FRCN Ibadan Zonal Station, as part of efforts to strengthen collaboration with the media and promote awareness of its 40th anniversary. Speaking during the visit, the Imam of FUMWEN, Oyo State, Dr. Latifat Dairo, emphasized the vital role of Radio Nigeria in shaping public opinion and fostering societal development. Dr. Dairo noted that the association, formed over 40 years ago, was committed to empowering women, supporting education, promoting family values, and contributing to the welfare of vulnerable members of the society. She stressed the need to showcase some of its achievements, hence the 7-day activities lined up to mark the anniversary. Dr. Dairo commended Radio Nigeria for its dedication to informative and educational broadcasting, stressing that partnership with the corporation is essential in amplifying messages that promote peace, moral values, and national development. Responding, the Zonal Director, Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria, FRCN Ibadan Zonal Station, Mr. Olufemi Fulani, applauded FUMWEN, Oyo State Chapter, for the visit, acknowledging the roles of women in the society. The FRCN Zonal Director promised the association of the corporation support for all the activities lined up for its 40th anniversary beginning from 6th of next month.
Name is one of the most important gifts given to individuals at birth. It serves as a unique identity and distinguishes one individual from another. In this special report, our correspondent Elizabeth Idube takes a look at the importance of name and its significance on the life of an individual.
Names are usually given based on family histories or circumstances that surrounded the birth of a person. For example, royal families in Yoruba land, names such as Adeoye, Adewumi, and Adeoti are given to newborns, while names like Ireti Oluwa Kiye, Adura Migba, and Oluwasegun Fomi are given based on circumstances of birth. However, names play a vital role in official documentation, education, healthcare, and legal matters. Without names, identifying individuals and maintaining accurate records would be difficult. Does a good name create a positive first impression of a sense of belonging and pride? Some residents in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital, share what their names means to them.
Comfort. It has the meaning. That is, anytime that I bear the name, I will remember that everything I must do must be comfortable.
Eniola is a beautiful Yoruba name that means person of wealth, one who possesses honor and wealth.
Whenever my name is being mentioned, it makes me feel like a queen because the name Adeola, crown of wealth.
Afolabi is a powerful Yoruba name, means born into wealth and honor. It represents a legacy of blessings, dignity, excellence, and the potential to achieve great things while bringing pride to one's family and communities.
My name is Oluwashola Mupi. It reflects faith in God's ability to uplift a person.
A father who did not want his name mentioned said he gave his children names in line with the circumstances that surround their birth.
I named my child because I born during the Salah, so I give him Abiodun.
While speaking, an Islamic cleric of Saada Central Mosque, Anishere Omiadio Ibadan, Alpha Isiaq Olamini, said name is important as Allah himself sees name as something very vital to human.
The Prophet Muhammad says they will be calling us on Judgment Day with our names. He said we should make sure to have good names and name our children good names also.
Commenting on the importance of names, Minister in charge of Holy Timothy C.N.S. Christ Way Church, Odeyale Ibadan, Pastor Moses Oluwadiya, explained that names play a vital role in individual lives, which makes it important for parents to go to God before giving their children names.
A name is not just a label. It reflects character, purpose, and destiny. Name can even reveal your parents' condition when you are giving birth to. Example in the Bible, Jabez. We all know the condition of his parents when they give birth to him, and it's reflecting his existence until God intervened.
Pastor Oluwadiya, however, said, beyond name, good parenting was essential, as positive name alone was not enough to determine the success of the child. From Ibadan, Elizabeth Itogbe.
Music and culture share a relationship which appreciate music for diversity, inclusiveness, and bridging gaps between cultures worldwide. In this report, correspondent Bukola Badi examines the relationship between music and culture, focusing on the theme when music meets culture.
Music is generally defined as the arrangement of sounds to create some combination of form, harmony, melody, rhythm, or any form of expression, while culture is the shared way of life of a group of people. Research shows that music helps to elevate and preserve the culture of any society, as reflected in some ethnic groups in Ondo State. For instance, the culture of Ilaje people in the southern senatorial districts is reflected through Biripo music. For Idori people in Ondo Central, Woro music remains one way through which they connect with their roots any day, anytime. Indigenes of Owo in Ondo North celebrate Ozege music to showcase their culture. Some music lovers in Akure, Ondo State capital, and in the reborn media executive, Mr. Yemi Olowolabi, a veteran broadcaster from Ilaje Extraction, Mr. Henry Oloja, and a cultural ambassador from Owo, Chief Adeniyi Adewale, laid credence to the deep relationship between music and culture.
It is one way of deepening our knowledge of our culture. When I listen to Akita's music, I learn new things about the dialect.
I listen to beautiful music because it is traditional, cultural, and it has a lot of meaning.
Osere music is a very interesting music. I like to listen to it because we have many good things out of it, that is promote the town, the language of the town, at the same time again the heritage of the town.
Corroborating an Akure-based music icon, Dr. Gbenga Obagbemi, not said that music and culture were inseparable.
There is a meeting point between culture and music because you cannot separate a culture from their music.
Dr. Obagbemi said as much as music offered benefits, apart from entertaining people, it also remained one important means of linking up with one's culture and tradition. In Akure, Bukola Bade, Radio Nigeria.
Osun State Government has instructed concerned security agencies to ensure arrest and prosecution of those behind the killing of a teenager Ezekiel Olapade in Ilobu on Sunday. The state governor, Senator Ademola Adeleke, stated these in Ilobu during a condolence visit to the family of the deceased. Governor Adeleke warned the opposition party who was alleged to be behind the killing to shun violence as Osun people would not be intimidated. He said bloodshed and intimidation could not guarantee electoral victory, hence the need for the opposition party and their supporters to shun thuggery ahead of the 2026 governorship election. The governor, accompanied by government officials, sympathized with the bereaved family, describing the killing as painful, unfortunate and unacceptable. Governor Adeleke also visited Osun State Teaching Hospital, Osogbo, where he met John Matthew, who survived the attack that claimed Olapade's life, describing the shooting as barbaric and demonstration of man's inhumanity to man. The governor wished John quick recovery, promising that his administration will not relent at ensuring safety of lives and property of residents.
This is the world today, the stories that made the headlines. Nigerian Navy has rescued 3 passengers from boat accident. Ogwen LC has called for payment of outstanding entitlements, and still to come in the news, Turkish police arrest over 200 suspects linked to ISIS and heatwave hits UK schools. To stay with us, don't go away.
Glad to know you're still with us for the rest of the news on the world today. Now to the foreign scene. Turkish police have arrested more than 200 people suspected with links to the Islamic State and outlawed far-left groups. The Ankara prosecutor's office said 209 people had been detained in the capital, while 32 others remained at large. Of those held, 185 are suspected of membership in several far-left organizations designated as terrorist groups by Ankara. They include the Revolutionary People's Liberation Party Front, which has claimed responsibility for attacks in Turkey in the past. Meanwhile, the Ankara governor's office had announced a ban on all demonstrations from June 28th until the end of the NATO summit scheduled for July 7 to 8th in the capital. The summit is expected to bring together leaders from the 32 member states, including U.S. President Donald Trump.
Multiple schools in England are shutting early today and set to remain closed for 2 more days, with a heat wave expected to set new records in the United Kingdom as it spreads across Europe. The UK's Meteorological Office issued an extremely rare red heat warning, only issued once before for tomorrow and Thursday, as temperatures could soar to 40 degrees Celsius, unprecedented for the time of the year. The red extreme heat warning extends to part of central and south England, including London and Buckingham, and UK's 2 biggest cities. The Meteorological Office also forecast that the June temperatures record at 35.6 degrees Celsius set in 1976 would be broken today, with the mercury expected to rise to 70 degrees Celsius in southern England. The Meteorological Office Chief Scientist Stephen Belcher said to see temperatures like this in the UK in June is sobering. Climate experts have also repeatedly told the government that the UK is not prepared for warmer summers.
In today's Heart of the Matter, Fumilola Obagbaigun of our Current Affairs Unit writes on tackling the insecurity in Nigeria.
Insecurity remains one of the greatest challenges facing Nigeria this period. From terrorism and banditry across the states to kidnapping, armed robbery and communal clashes in various parts of the country. The issue has continued to threaten national peace, economic growth, and social development. The increasing rate of insecurity has affected businesses, discouraged foreign investment, and displaced thousands of people from their homes. Farmers are often unable to access their farmlands due to fear of attacks, leading to reduced agricultural productivity and rising food prices. The education sector has also suffered as schools in some regions have been forced to close because of security concerns. Reports showed that more than 600 students and teachers had been kidnapped in several school attacks across different states between 2024 and 2026, highlighting the continuing threat to educational institutions. In the same vein, security reports recorded over 50 bandit attacks and abductions within a single week, affecting several states and causing widespread fear among residents, especially Orire school attack in Oyo State. To effectively tackle insecurity, the Nigerian government must strengthen the capacity of security agencies through better funding, modern equipment, and intelligence gathering, as well as continuous training. According to new data from next year's Nigeria Violent Conflicts Database, it shows that no fewer than 279 persons were kidnapped across Nigeria in May 2026, even as the country recorded 156 violent incidents that resulted in 842 deaths. Therefore, the president of the Nigeria Society for Criminology, NSC, Professor Oludayo Tade, tasked President Bola Tinubu to intensify efforts at securing Nigeria and protecting its citizens. Collaboration among the military, police, and local communities is essential for identifying and preventing criminal activities. Furthermore, addressing the root causes of insecurity is equally important. Poverty, unemployment, illiteracy, and social injustice create conditions that make crime and violence more attractive to vulnerable youths. Therefore, government policies should focus on job creation, quality education, youth empowerment, and equitable distribution of resources. Community policing should also be encouraged to build trust between citizens and security agencies. When people feel safe reporting suspicious activities, crime prevention becomes more effective. Religious leaders, traditional rulers, and civil society organizations also have important roles to play in promoting peace, tolerance, and unity. Tackling insecurity in Nigeria requires a collective effort from the government, security agencies, communities, and citizens. With strong leadership, effective policies, and active public participation, Nigeria can overcome its security challenges and create a safer environment for all.
That script on tackling insecurity was written by Fumilola Bagbayegun of our Current Affairs Unit and read by Fee Shara Owomuyela.
Agunloye is a common name in the southwest zone of Nigeria. For reasons behind this name, let's join Funmi Ojo for details.
It is common among the people from Ondo State, specifically Akoko area. It is a name associated with kingship and royalty in the state. According to reports, long time ago, men from an household were chosen as chiefs to rule along with the king. The men used to serve as the right hands of the king. The unique feature of the household is that they used to live long as chiefs during their tenure. This brought about the name Agunloye, meaning someone who stays long after being installed as a chief. The household since then has taken the nomenclature as a family name which it bears till date.
That script on Agunloye was written by Grace Ojo.
To end the news on the world today from the stable of Radio Nigeria, here again are the day's top stories. The Nigerian Navy has rescued 3 passengers from a boat that capsized on the Bennett River in Warri, Delta State, averting what could have resulted in fatalities. The chairman, Nigeria Labour Congress NLC in Ogun State, Mr. Ahmed Benko Ademola, has called on the state government to settle all outstanding workers' entitlements before leaving office to improve workers' morale and enhance service delivery across the state. Turkish police have arrested more than 200 people suspected with links to the Islamic State and outlawed far-left groups. And we also brought to you that multiple schools in England are shutting early today and set to remain closed for 2 more days, with a heat wave expected to set new records in the UK as it spreads across Europe.
Well, that's it on The World today. Join us tomorrow for a fresh edition of the program, Modupe Toba edited. My name is Olubukola Enimola, thanking you for your time, and from my colleague
Stephen Abaje, do have the best of the evening.